Baba Funmi was unfair to me. He was unkind. In fact, let's just say the truth. He was wicked. Every day, I'm still healing from the trauma he caused. I'm grateful for where I am now. But when I remember, I still hurt. I still cry. Can I heal fully? Eventually. But now, it seems impossible. The trauma he caused me still haunts me. Because of Baba Funmi, I fear the rain. When the sky darkens, my heart starts to race, especially when I'm alone. When it drizzles, I feel like I'm losing my mind because once upon a time, I was alone outside in the storm. Welcome, everyone, to another My Tales Worth Telling story time. Please, if you haven't subscribed, please do so and share this story with someone. I came to Abuja to serve. It was when Abuja was still new. There was Amak and other suburbs. In the outskirts, people built their houses as they pleased. There were just bush paths and streams demarcating houses in the outskirts. After NYC camp, I was posted to a girls' secondary school in Mararaba. My aunt Taiye had told me that they had tried by sending me to school. So from now on, I was on my own. It was a different type of freedom. I was on my own now. It was a sad freedom. It was a scary freedom. When I got there at the school, all the rooms for club members have been taken. The principal, a kind man, said he would give me a mattress, a table, and a chair if I could find a room nearby. So I walked just few houses away with my bag in my hands. Then I saw a sign, room to let. I smiled. Wasn't that good luck? There were 4 bungalows in the compound. I went to the first one and knocked. Baba Funmi opened the door. "Good evening, sir," I said. "I'd like to rent a room." He sized me up from head to toe. "Are you a student?" "No, sir," I said. "I'm a new teacher. I just got posted to the girls' school." That made him soften. "Oh, my daughter Funmi is there too. Come in and see. You'll like it. It's a new room." He showed me the house. It was like a studio or a self-con, and my heart sank. It was newly built, all right, but the roof was only a zinc sheet. The bathroom had only a toilet bowl. The windows were nailed shut. There was no electricity. There was no running water in the room, and it had no kitchen. It did not look fit for humans. I wanted to leave, but he said, "Just take it. You're just a copper. You'll be here only to sleep, and you work all day in school. By the time you pay for the rent, I will finish the construction." He was very persuasive, and like Eve before the serpent and the apple, I believed him. I paid for 2 full years in advance. Oh, how foolish I was. 4 months later, nothing had been repaired, and I politely asked him, and he said he was still waiting for money from the landlord, who was living in the UK, because the total repair cost was more than what he thought. That was when I knew he was only the caretaker. I had always thought he was the landlord. When it rained in my room, the water seeped in through the door, and the room was like a pool. I'll hang my bag on the wall, I'll lift my mattress, and sit on my table and wait for the rain to stop. It wasn't a good arrangement, but I had paid for 2 years' rent and I didn't have money to go elsewhere. And each night, I would pray for the rainy season to end. When I moved in, Baba Funmi warned me not to make friends with the other tenants. There were 2 other tenants in the compound, so I kept to myself. He would come by my room, and I was always uncomfortable, especially when he decided to tell me about his wives. He had 2 wives, Mommy Dayo and Mommy Shine. He said they were both bitter in bed. That was strange to believe. Both of them had 5 children each, and Mommy Shine, his second wife, was visibly pregnant. He would sit for hours and I could not sleep, even when I had early classes the next day. He asked about my family. The truth is, my mom passed away the day I was born. She had us at home, and when complications arose, the hospital was just too far. She had us at night, middle of the night. We are twins. My father didn't bother to come home, and we were handed over to his twin sister. My brother, Mike Kendi, had measles at age 4 and didn't make it too. No one vaccinated us, no one cared. My aunt did her best, but she had her own problems. A husband who was married to the bottle, and a job who paid her whenever they liked. Baba Funmi finally said his mind that he really liked me and he wanted to take care of me. That was an abomination. I immediately told him that it wasn't right. He had 2 wives already and he took offense immediately, saying I was looking down on him. Since then, he was hostile to me and refused to answer my greetings and told everyone to do so too. How did I know? When I would go to fetch water at the next street, I met my co-tenants there and they all said how evil Baba Funmi was and how he had warned them not to talk to me. That Baba Funmi, the guy is just crazy. The night I'll never forget started with a drizzle at around 10 p.m. and a distant sound of thunder. Immediately I heard the sound of the pitter-patter on my roof. As usual, I leaned my mattress on the wall, hung my bag by the door and sat on my table. But this rain was different. In seconds, this heavy sound on the roof told me it wasn't just rain, it was hailstones. I needed to get out. The breeze, the thunder, the lightning collided and in a split second, my roof gave way. I mean, my roof flew away, I'm telling you. It detached from the walls and the sky fell into my room in little stones of ice. I needed to get out. Water was everywhere. I tried to open the door. I was soaking wet and my phone slipped from my hand and fell into the water. Oh no. I have had this phone for 4 years now. All my information, my contacts, bank apps were on that phone. No time to think. The rain had increased. My clothes were so cold. I ran to Baba Funmi's front door. I needed help desperately. There was no one outside. I couldn't even see anything. I couldn't see the ground. It was filled with water. Everywhere was a large expanse of water. If you think about Noah's Ark, yes, something like that. I banged on the door with all my strength. Baba Funmi, please open. The rain is too much. No answer. Sir, please help me. Still nothing. I knocked frantically. I couldn't call. My phone had fallen. I couldn't call anyone. I kept banging on the door. There was silence. The thunder roared angrily at me and I moved to Mommy Sam's door. The water reached my knees. It was even difficult to walk. I knocked too. I shouted. Nothing. No one. Uncle Daddy wasn't even at home. The rain was heavy, the thunder was loud, and no one could hear me. I returned back to my flooded room, trembling, cold, defeated. As I opened the door, a flood of rain washed my bag out of my room. I didn't have the strength to go after it. My certificates were in that bag. 4 years of polytechnic swept away. I climbed on the table and hugged my knees as the rain poured over me. My certificates were gone. My phone was gone. My clothes, no help, no savior, and tears flowed from my eyes. And it mixed with the rain. I sat in the room without a roof, and the heavens poured on my head. I closed my eyes and pulled my knees to my chest. There was no way to stop the rain. I have been abandoned. The world had turned its back on me. I thought of my mother. I tried to picture her face. Warm, happy, kind. I couldn't focus. I thought of my brother. I pictured him on the bed, always sickly looking. My father, my aunt. I couldn't think anymore. I wept. I sobbed. It was just like the day I was born, cold and alone. In my tears, I said this prayer. God, if you see me, please don't forget me tonight. I was sobbing. Immediately, the rain stopped. The storm was over, and I passed out from exhaustion. Thank you for coming to the end of my story. There is more about this story in the second part. Kindly come over to the second part and finish it up. There are lots of exciting things to discover.